All right, and here we are, the third and final game of the day, and no preliminary commentary. We're just getting straight into it, and we have. So I'm Joseph Matthews, Galvanijo, the former captain of Gold Team, and with me commentating now is
Blake Shrewsbury, who's also Joseph, by the way, the duo Joseph bench.
Yeah,
Never before done. We've never casted together.
Yeah, have you? Yeah, actually, yeah. No, we haven't. I mean, I've usually casted with Adam. I've casted with Blake. I don't think I've ever casted with you.
No,
yeah.
It would be I would cast your games and you would cast ours.
Oh yeah. So yeah, here we go. First time this caster duo has been assembled.
Yeah.
And have you ever told like the story of like why you can't? Well, I mean, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, why I
you go
can't
by
be.
Blake and
Yeah.
you go by Joseph. But like, and a pause immediately coming through. Blake calling for that one, so maybe some technical difficulty. So maybe we do get some preliminary banter.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
So let's so you go by many names, right? Like Joseph is your first name, Blake
Right.
is your middle name,
Right.
and then I call you Soup. And then
Yeah,
your
most
in-game
people
name
call
is
me
Big
Soup.
Soup.
Yeah.
So have you explained like on camera like?
No, not on camera at all. I literally the first day they were like, "All right, what's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Blake." And it's like, "Oh, well, we already have a Blake, so we'll have to figure out a different name for you." And I was like, "Oh, my first name's Joseph." And I was like, "Oh, we already have a Joseph. That one's not gonna work out." And then it was like, "Well, my dad goes by my last name, so I'm not calling myself by my last name. So you guys can call me Soup, which is my in-game name."
Yeah. I figured like, yeah, that's just kind of rough to get into. I gotta say though, it is kind of a funny coincidence that like
everything was taken.
Yeah. That and also like you're a tank. Blake is a tank.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
the
a tank.
just
So
they
it's like,
mix, they come together.
yeah, it's like we have like some sort of like cohesion there.
Yeah.
So we gotta get Lucas in on this. We gotta like rename him or something.
Yeah, Lucas, we have to change his middle name to Joseph or Blake, one of them.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that he's a part of the trend.
We can mix them. Blosif. Oh no, not that. Not Blosif.
Jay?
Yeah, that works better.
I think. Oh, okay, and here we go. We are now unpausing. Juno Ring's immediately going to come out, and no one's going to take it. So just going to get the initial speed boost, not going to like elongate that. But I mean, looking at the compositions immediately, like nothing too out of the ordinary. Like
no, this is very standard.
Yeah, standard Bastion May composition. The Juno Brig is still a bit new to this squad, but I mean, if Sarah White's proved that this is a formidable backline, I'm interested to see how this fight's going to start with it.
Tank is playing really forward right now. Everybody's sort of staying in their own lane, not wanting to help other than one or two. Oh, the ice wall comes out and that blocks off Blake. I hope that we can get that down. It's down. Still very critical.
Oh, that was clutch healing coming through right at the last second.
Absolutely.
Blake who is going to be able to live and is going to be able to take out Vilce on the Vilce on the May, making this a 5v4. And now it's just a ramp alone on point, and Chonky goes to burn him down as fast as possible with the help of the rest of the team. And this is just going to be a cleanup for center gold.
Yeah, that's a lovely first fight. That was a really interesting hold where we opted to take the lower ground and just sort of didn't care. We didn't care at all, and we took them with us. I like that.
Yeah, this was a strategy that I actually helped sort of like develop, not to like ego or anything. I'm saying like this was like one of the original strategies we had for this map. We just take this left side and just like completely LOS high ground and force them to like come to point. Because
Yeah.
like if we can force one of them to come to point, we just use Maywall to block off the high ground or like isolate the target on point. And that's exactly what Center Gold has just done.
Right. We're really close to that orbital. I like how fast we're gonna get that.
Yeah.
They're not even close to anything. Maybe Bob soon. Ooh, that's a lot of damage to take.
Yeah, Chunky Ghost is going to be able to take out Snake Eyes. Ult might not even be necessary, but Chunky Ghost is going to go for it. Just deal some extra damage, see if he can clean up the fight even faster. But Runner is going to get caught out by Claris on the Ash, as Juno Beam is going to come down and chasing some kills with just all the damage coming through. Bob is still active, but it does not matter as Blakey is going to get the kill.
Please.
Yeah, please going to take out Blakey.
This fight's still going. This isn't over. The Annihilation comes out, able to freeze it. Hopefully they can just melt him. Nice.
Yeah, and he's gonna be put in the corner.
That's a long spawn timer too.
Yeah, you do not put Baby in the corner, and they just put Baby in the corner. But yeah, that is a big fight win. They're almost nearing completion on this first map. As 98% for Blakey on his ult, and Runner is going to be at 74% with Rally.
Oh, we all see those red crits. We're all hearing those pings.
Yeah, Carp has been phenomenal with these May headshots.
Oh my
the
goodness,
icicles coming
it's
through
been
just
insane.
deal so much damage. Yeah, looks like we're starting to get into this
Good
fight.
wall.
The wall's going to be coming through.
That wall. Oh, and just letting Chunky Ghost mulch through the people that come to help. It's just a choke point, and there's nothing you can do to stop 8 billion bullets from sailing through your tank.
Yeah, and the Juno Beam is going to come down, but it will go past the team, and they don't even touch. Yeah, they're going to
A bit of a C9 there, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a bit of unintentional C9, but I guess all C9s are unintentional.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just not. They're right on like the precipice of like crossing over to that point, but they're just not able to get there, just because like just Blake's aura on this ram is just going to like negate any sort of touch at all.
It's a presence to be reckoned with. Like they haven't been able to really get around the sort of ram diff that's going on at the moment.
Yeah, and me and Jonathan, like we're talking about like how a lot of people on your all's team were just like making space or like killing people like with sheer aura. I want to see like who's gonna be maximizing that within this team. And so far, I think Blake has the lead.
Yeah, I think that you know I'm always a sucker for subs. So just that orbital, Toonie, I guarantee you the play of the game is going to be 8 pulsar rockets hitting every single person on the game.
Yeah, you cannot ignore that Juno ult. It's probably the most broken ult in the game, and you gotta love it from center. And they're just gonna like full send it off the backline. They've isolated the Brig, but the Brig is gonna get healed up by the Juno heals. A lot of low targets, but they're not able to close anyone out. And it's actually gonna be Carp and Jonathan going down.
Yeah, it's kind of an inverse of the previous situation to where we ended up walking through the choke, and they just used that to their advantage. It's just a lot more damage flowing into us than was flowing into them.
Yeah, maybe moving a little too preemptively there. I don't know if Vilsey's Maywall had come out. Vils, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. I feel bad. But maybe the May ice wall like separated the front line, and that's how
I'm not quite sure.
Like Chunky Ghost, Carp, and Blakey went down so fast. But yeah, we're just going straight into this fight with turn mode being used. Be careful with this Ash on the backline though. Baxter's gonna go in and get the whip shot on.
Yeah, Runner's got something to say about that.
Yeah, go and knock him back. But Vilsey's going to go down immediately. Blakey looking to smash the ram on the front line. As, yeah, Claris is going to be punished by Chunky Ghost. And turn form available. Going to go and, just going to go and mow down the Raisin Bear on the Brig and looking for the ram next. Yeah, Nemform's only gonna last you so long.
Yeah.
Center White's gonna win their first fight on this map.
I like that cleanup, and 40% isn't a bad deficit here. I think that we'll definitely have 40% even if we ended up losing this next fight, as long as we play our cards right. I really like the way that Chunky Ghost decided that, all right, I'm not really needed in this main section. I'm gonna go take a sort of side profile view of this, and went to where the Ash was holding.
Yeah, just having that off angle as a Bastion, like with turret mode up, that's just going to guarantee you a fight win.
Right.
But Juno ult is going to come out from Toonie. They're
orbital.
looking to go hyper aggressive. Juno ult is actually going to be popped by Snake Eyes as well to match. And now Blakey is just looking to lock up the back line as Chunky Ghost hits him on the front line, which is crazy damage just all coming through. And you only have to use 2 ults for that.
Yeah, that was I even think that Orbital is so good right now. Annihilation might have been overkill, but still, that was a quick fight, able to run them out fast. They ended up using their Orbital as well. I've just noticed. I didn't really see the effects of it. Maybe he got Ajaxed.
No, it did come out, but yeah, they're not gonna have it for this fight. But they need to care for this May Blizzard, as the Ram is going to be frozen, and yeah, I mean, like, what can you do there? What can you do?
Oh, the whip crack to stop the Bob from just running down our Bastion. I love that.
Yeah, and because Bob's in the corner and how this point is like so poorly designed, he's not contesting points, so they really don't even need to peek. They'll need to peek to help Blake with the front line, who's just running it down here, trying to get any sort of a cleanup. But it's not going to happen. But I mean, you take that. I mean, you're at 80%. You're going to be forcing a last fight with a Bastion ult.
Yeah, and they really have nothing. They have Annihilation that can easily be stopped by a well-timed turret mode, as long as we play our cards right. Ooh, nice. That's the May down. And just bullying whoever's left in this room. They're not going to have any support other than their Juno.
Blakey may have overstepped, though. He's out of his Nem form. He needs care. He's actually going to get big heals. The shield's going to come in clutch, denying a lot of that damage. And he's going to be able to shut down Quad Squad here eventually. Yeah, he will go down, and that looks like that's going to be first point. Sarah Gold just needs to be locking up these kills like as soon as possible. Briggs going to try to touch. She will go down, and yeah, that's going to be a solid start to the series, 2-0.
What an insane shield to prevent the Annihilation in order to heal back up to retake that. I wonder who this is going to be.
Yeah, I would say Blake. Yeah, it's. Oh no.
Oh,
okay,
no.
I spoke too soon. Yeah, the default's can mess me up. But yeah, Quad Squad from North Virginia.
The opening fight.
North Georgia will get this. Oh yeah, this opening fight. Yeah.
Just that choke right there.
Yeah, just being able to just funnel Center Gold into that narrow hallway, like just one punch for 5 people. It's just gonna be shared across them. So big stuff from Center Gold going into this first map, and again, like a really strong start to the series.
Very strong.
Like we weren't able to emphasize this before, but this is a team that is a must-win for Center. North Virginia. I keep wanting to say North Virginia. I don't know why. That's not even a state.
Yeah.
But North Georgia is a team that also went 5 maps with West Georgia, who, as you all may remember from earlier this week, also went 5 maps with Center Gold. So the skill difference between these two teams should be pretty equal.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that this, like you said, a must-win in order to prove that we're on top in this really weird 3-way stalemate. It'd be really nice if we could, come out with a win on this one.
Yeah, and just like being able to clutch out a win against a team that went a long way with West Georgia can show that just Center Gold is up in the top. I think looking at the standings, of course the standings are a bit skewed because there were some forfeits from what probably should be top teams. I believe Center Gold is around, looking at it right now, they are 3rd rank, or maybe 4th. I can't tell this.
Which is absolutely not terrible considering the games that we've been playing and just how technically advanced these teams are. These are teams with plans that have been cooking, and we've been cooking too, and we're just hoping that we can, we can do a little bit better.
And hybrid map choice will be Kings Row. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm pretty sure like every single game this season has had a Kings Row as second map. Very popular map. I'll keep saying it. This was probably the best map in Overwatch 1. Still a bit mixed in Overwatch 2, but still beloved by the Overwatch community. As looking at Center Gold, we do have, again, this Bastion composition.
I like the fact that we started on defense first. I very much I like starting defense first on hybrid. Just being able to sort of halt their advances and then play off of that instead of, I don't know, Adam says it in a certain way, like setting the pace.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have the most energy going in the first fight in this map. So being able to sort of what's the word, express that energy in this first fight and just shut them down early is always a good feeling.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if you can stop them before they finish out the map, then I mean that's all you have to do. It is a pretty straightforward map to complete, especially if it's your second turn. But we're getting straight into the fight as just Pope just going back and forth. They have shield advantage, but the wall is going to separate Quad Squad off from the rest of his squad. As it just not a lot happening too far, just a lot of damage to be printed back and forth. And Chongio's going to get a
Great
clutch
nade.
pickoff, but the tank will go down, and looks like North Georgia will be taking this fight.
I think that was a little bit of positioning on our back line, just a little bit, because their Bastion was able to turret mode directly into Blake, and we weren't able to back up because the sheer damage that was flowing through. But I think that Chunky Ghost had a little bit of a different angle and wasn't able to return that damage in the same way. And it's just, you know, it's an unfortunate way that the math worked out.
Yeah, it's just those small positioning errors that can just cost so much in this fight. Blakey, speaking of positioning, he needs to live here. He needs to hold up his arms and make sure he lives this. The Bastion is actually on top of the wall, just spraying bullets down. But now this is a perfect opportunity for Sarah to counterattack. As long as they have a Mei wall coming up, they should be able to isolate and punch this overextension. As the Bastion and the Ram are going to be caught out, and it's just them. As Carp is going to get the kill into Claris and going to go and freeze down the Ram here, as Blakey will get the kill on his counterpart.
I do like the, you know, Carp is sort of just walling every single opportunity, and then we're capitalizing off of it and just trying to output as much damage. You might have seen the 90-degree turn to right-click the enemy Mei once and then go back to just freezing everybody else on point.
Yeah, and with these with this Mei mirror, it's usually always decided like whoever Mei walls first. And here comes the Juno, the matching Juno ult.
There it is.
And beautiful light show. I can't tell what's going on, but it doesn't look like that. Yeah, it's not going to go well for Sarah, as Claire is on the Bastion. It's going to pick up 3.
Just a little bit more red in those fireworks than blue.
Poor Carp.
Oh, this is scary.
Oh, I don't think
Live!
out here.
Live!
I don't think he lives here. There's no one to help him. Yeah. He's going to end up staggering, and this might be costly. If North Georgia can get 3 on point, then they might have to have a frantic touch here.
I think that we already are a pretty slow comp, and so that death is one pretty debilitating, but at the same time, I don't know how fast we would get there otherwise.
Yeah, now this is really just a matter of how well Blake can hold this space, but
Yeah.
M4 is already going to be forced out, and he's going to be walled off from the rest of his team. As going to pop the Annihilation, just dealing as much damage as he can in AoE.
The rally and their Bastion ult come out just to try and area of denial. But we have that Blizzard, and I know we're definitely looking for it. There it is.
Yeah,
Blizzard
looking to lock
comes
up the
out.
Ram. The stun is going to lock him in. And now tank advantage for Sarah. And Parp with the headshots from the Blizzard. Going to pick up a 3K off that Blizzard. And just a clutch there. Like, immediately recognizing the Annihilation.
Right.
And just testing out his mouse sensitivity in the process.
that was such a great ult to where we use one, and I know we used Rally, and I think we used Annihilation just based off numbers, but we see they're using Annihilation, they're using Rally, they're going in, they cannot touch this point, and I'm just going to freeze everybody.
Yeah, but this is all of Center's ultimates down now.
Yeah.
So they do have to be aware. Luckily, North Georgia will be lacking a lot of theirs.
Yeah,
but they
similar
need to keep in
position.
mind this Blizzard.
Ooh, good wall.
Oh, that's what you love to see. You need to force them back as fast as possible. And that
Ooh.
yeah, that initial Mei wall is just going to set up so much damage, and Chonky Ghost able to capitalize, taking out Snake Eyes. That's going to be another minute off the board before they can recontest. But they have to make sure that they don't overextend here. They have to care for the enemy Mei.
I like that, you know, there's really different DPSs here to where you have the Mei and the Bastion, and Chunky Ghost just understands that, okay, it is my job to kill Tank and Juno, because to expect a Mei to icicle the Juno, like, not that Carp can't do it, but, you know, it's just such a heavy emphasis on taking out those flyers.
Yeah, and now turret coming through. Not going to get too much value as now North Georgia's just going to explode through, but they're going to have to match with the Juno ult, and they're not going to be able to deal with that as Vils goes down first, and now they're just looking to funnel him in. Big micro missiles coming through, just so much chip damage, and the Bastion will fall, and there is a very good chance to chase here. No threat of C9, so they're just going to keep walking forward and just deal as much damage as possible. And immediately, just after like maybe 1.5 fights, we already have Blakey and Chonky Ghost with their ults, and Carp and Runner not too far behind.
That went from a single fight to where we said, oh, nobody's really close, but luckily North Georgia isn't either. And then at the end of that fight, we almost have the full team to have their ultimates.
Yeah, and now this is a matter of ult tracking, because keen-eyed viewers will note that North Georgia almost has all of their ultimates now, and there's one of them. The Blizzard is going to be popped, but Annihilation will not save Blakey, as the Juno ult's going to come through just to make sure they secure this fight, as North Georgia is going to take it.
Goofy. How do you feel about Blakey popping Annihilation upon being frozen?
I think he was taking the gamble that the extra armor or the armor replenishment would be able to help him survive.
Right.
Unfortunately, the May wall is going to cut off a lot of his healing, so he really needs to rely on Toonie and Runner to come up, which unfortunately did not
May
happen. But
freeze.
speaking of May freeze, it's something the Ram Quad Squad is going to get caught out and will be taken down, as Blakey going to cause havoc in the back line. And just general cleanup. That's a fast fight, and that's what you want to see.
I like that. We used Blizzard, and we held our rally, so rally can still be a really big just stun move. Just sort of stop that tank progression whenever that tank decides to use Annihilation.
Yeah, that's going to be the key into this fight. Can Runner get his ult off in time in order to shut down this Annihilation? You need to care for the Bastion ult. I think our Carp's May ice block got forced out. Hands being thrown back and forth between the two front lines, as Runner still holding onto his rally here. I think he definitely is anticipating the Ram ult, and but he doesn't even need it, as Carp's gonna get a headshot into his counterpart, and it's just support cleanup from here. Toonie and Runner lighting up the kill feed.
You know, watching Briggs play, it always feels like such a visceral thing, because they hit with the flail, and then the entire the body of Ramatra becomes just a sack of potatoes on the floor. It's hilarious to watch.
Yeah, especially with the recent tank nerfs, where knockbacks are going to knock tanks away a lot more. Yeah, it's funny watching just like a giant, just like essentially a giant orb holding his arms, just trying to live, just get knocked back like 50,000 feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, now the Juno ult will be coming through, and Raisin Bread's gonna hit the ground like a sack of potatoes, as now they're trying to push their advantage and just hold this base, but this might have to be center gold retreating a bit. As
I don't mind the retreat.
Yeah, I mean they can't really chase with the spawns being that close.
They still have to. They play for the touch, and we have rally and we have annihilation, but they have orbital, and that's just so much of a bigger ultimate than rally is.
Like getting low and might get caught out here. The orbital from the enemy team is gonna come through, but
The annihilation.
Yeah, the annihilation just to be able to sustain the armor is gonna come through to save him. As rally will be popped in response to the annihilation, but it will expire eventually. Now they have to care for this blizzard. I don't think it's going to catch anyone. Oh, Blakey is going to be caught out from the supports, though, as he's still living somehow, but the barrage will come through. Pharah 3K, I didn't even notice they swapped Pharah.
Yeah.
But building up that barrage that fast is crazy.
I think that might have come from us doing that just Ramatra face down on point, and Farah was just able to lay into Blakey there. And then to get that ultimate up.
Yeah, an unfortunate late TP will not allow Chunky Ghost to touch the point, as North Georgia will complete this map. However, notably, 0 seconds on the board, meaning if we go to extra innings and center has a sizable time bank, then they will not be able to win just because of the rules of hybrid.
Yeah, I still like this. Even if they were to have, you know, they hit 3 and they have a minute left on the board, I still think that was a completely fine way that the times are falling here. Really good hold.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario for this map, just how it tends to be pretty offensive favored. Like if you're able to just like negate the time bank even below 2 minutes, as long as the enemy team doesn't have like a time bank above that 2-minute threshold, like you're pretty set. Like you're pretty happy with that performance.
Right.
Now, Center College.
The comp of the century.
Yeah, this is one of the comps of all time.
Yeah.
And I don't believe we'll be seeing it rolled out here. If apparently Life Weaver Brig could be meta with a Doomfist. So hear me out. I think let's imagine this, right? So Blakey I think he's gonna punch out, use both his movement cooldowns to jump the Pharah, like hit a zebra on him, or like a get quaked on, and then Toonie's gonna pull him back, and never mind, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Chalky Ghost is gonna go and swap over the Bastion, Toonie onto Juno, and then Blakey onto the signature Ram here. As just a Bastion brawl composition.
Good old white bread. Just gotta run with what works.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, now they do have to care about this Pharah, though, because Chunky Ghost, in theory, should be the one that should be applying the most pressure onto the Pharah, but they don't really have too big of an answer. That fan damage is going to catch out Carp, and the May wall to follow up is going to catch out Chunky Ghost, and Runner will fall as well. This is just going to have to be a reset from Center Gold.
Hopefully we can get either a fast death or an out here.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's really bad. That's a lot of time lost on that one.
Yeah, that last second wall is going to catch Blakey out, and now Center Gold's going to have to wait for a little bit.
I think, and I like the Bastion. I like where the Bastion has been this full game. This might be a call for maybe a different switch. I like just what I was saying. I like the Ashe pick to where to say, okay, Chunky Ghost, it's now your job to take out Juno, Ramatra, and Pharah. That's kind of a big ask.
Yeah, especially, yeah, I mean, like, the primary focus of Chunky Ghost should be to focus the Ram, which he is doing right now. The Ram is going to be taking a lot of damage, but will be able to be sustained by those forks. Blakey also taking a bit of damage, needs to care for those cooldowns. Going to go and anchor on point, waiting for another turret cycle to come online, but they need to care for the spare on the top right. As turret form is going to come out, going to burn down the Ram, get some space for Blakey.
I love this, just mulching into that tank. You can look at the Pharah a little bit, but that turret, ooh,
big
shut down.
Big reaction time from Toonie and Chunky Ghost there. The Pharah value was not felt as Juno will come out to secure this point.
I wonder if that's going to be a swap off the Pharah. Looks like no. I do really like that. I wish we could have seen that from Toonie's perspective, because that was definitely Toonie locking on and waiting for the lock on as the barrage was coming out, like a last second lock on for the Pulsar. I really like that.
Yeah, just clutch plays being made from the back line. Oh my god, Carp just got annihilated. But yeah, I guess I think Carp is going to be dropping the Mei in favor of the Ashe to help deal with the Pharah a bit more.
Now that they're more airborne, I don't hate it that much. Now that they're more in the air, I don't dislike it.
I do feel like it is a bit of a trade-off though, because you have more like anti-air. I guess you have more anti-aircraft, but you do lose that Mei, and Mei value is being felt by Blakey right now as the Blizzard is going to lock him up. But he's somehow still living there. I jinxed it. Looks like a full all of the team in the kill feed up there contributed to killing Blakey as
the
he
power
will
of friendship.
Fall. But that is the scary thing, especially going through this choke point. Like, just not having that Mei to wall off the Ram is just going to be detrimental. Like, we really need to rely on Carp and Chunky Ghost to get an opening pick.
It provided a lot of utility, and we're just hoping that the damage can out sort of perform that utility.
Yeah, now Annihilation going to be met with the enemy Juno ult. Now Blakey has to kite back a little bit as a lot of the damage is going to be felt. Bob is going to be coming out, going to get right in the middle of them. Not going to find any kills though, as Center Gold needs to wrap this up fast before the enemy ults come out. But as I say that, Annihilation is going to be popped and Pharah ult will be popped as well. And that's going to be a reset, I believe.
We're really just struggling to get past this. I think, I don't know, because like I said, I feel like we need more anti-air, but maybe the Ashe isn't the call. Maybe that Mei is too crucial to how we play this.
Like, I feel like Ashe isn't even like that bad of a pick. Like, she's
no, not
currently
at all.
Like the best.
And I believe Carp is performing well.
Oh yeah, and like. I just think, like, honestly, like, we just need that Mei. Like, it might need to be Chunky Ghost to go onto the Mei, or maybe, like, Chunky Ghost gets the Ashe. But as I say that, I don't think it really matters. As long as you have Juno ult, you just win the fight. Juno ult, the most busted ult in the game, is going to be able to secure the fight for Center Gold here. As they're looking to walk forward. No tank on the field for North Georgia, so they can just walk forward.
I mean, you could always, and I know Ramatra is in a fantastic spot right now, but I don't doubt that if you played her correctly, the Orisa gives you a little bit more range. If you're not willing to make that Ashe or that Bastion swap, I certainly don't think that we bust out the Baptiste, because that Juno is so crucial.
Yeah, and now the fight's getting started.
Ooh, nice.
Player has taken a wrong turn to Albuquerque as Blakey's going to shut him down immediately. But the Blizzard is going to come out the match, and now Center Gold is at threat of losing the fight because of how many people were locked up. But 3v3, but Carp might be in danger. No coach to get him out, and he's going to be chased down by the Brig. He's barely going to be able to get out. Blakey's going to send it down mid, taking out Snake Eyes on the Juno, popping Annihilation to just burn this Marmacha down as fast as possible before his reinforcements come back.
Brig in the back.
It's Brig on point, and Carp's going to take him out.
Nice. I like how much damage we're able to put out there, and I like the fact that we didn't back up all the way, and we understood that we need to play reserve because we're down a few people. There's some fights going on in our backline, but that doesn't mean full disengage.
Yeah, Blakey, really smart play there, realizing that the Brig separated from the Juno to go hunt down Carp, which she just wasn't able to get through, and just hunting down the Juno to turn the fight in their favor. Just, you want to see that aggression from your Ram.
Right.
And it's going to pay off as they are going to enter third point.
Yeah, that being able to control, and really understand when to go in and when not to go in is such a huge thing on tank.
And now, bit of a neutral match. Carp with the Bob and Chunky Ghost with the artillery. Ring's gonna come through just to get Blakey a bit jiggy with it. Just gonna go and go back and forth between cart. Just be a lot more harder to hit. As turret form gonna come out. The initiation has started. Scoop.
I love the turret. I love it.
Yeah, Quad Squad is gonna take a lot of damage, but the Annihilation's gonna sustain him, reflash that armor.
Oh, in the back.
I believe there may have been a barrage in the back line as Carp will go down, but Chunky Ghosts will match back. Juno ult will be coming through, and this Sarah's opportunity, they need to go faster. They need to make sure that they shut down this Juno before the enemy Juno ult comes out. Because if that Juno gets the ult off, which she will, this could be detrimental for them, and then they might have to reset.
Yeah, this might have to be a backup, and then maybe Bastion ult can get us somewhere. Oh, the Annihilation, the commit. Oh,
he
can't
stuck
get
to the
out.
Wall. He's stuck to the wall. He can't move his aim. Oh, that is an unfortunate. I don't even know. I don't think that's a bug. I think that's just an unfortunate thing with just not being able to get out of that wall.
A similar thing happens just anytime that you get walled up into somewhere. It's really hard to shoot anything.
Yeah, and now Blakey, no Nem form and no life anymore as Claris will take him down now on the Venture.
Yeah.
So no more Pharah. So no more need for Eyes in the Sky. But Carp might be opting to stay on this. No, it looks like he might be looking to swap back to the Mei, I believe.
Yeah. I like that.
Definitely looking to help answer back on the front line. Now I'm curious to see if Claris goes back. Now I think they're set up the left side. Senator Gold did not notice that there's a deadly Venture in the back line. But the
freeze.
Yeah, the Blizzard is going to catch out Runner as Carp's going to be separated from the team. Chunky Ghost going to be able to answer back, and Toonie also answers back. The DPS on the side of North Georgia are going to be down.
I love this damage output and just the aggressiveness. Carp did not think to back up. Freeze, don't worry, I've got a jacket, and just pushes even further. And the orbital lets us continue to go forward, taking out the supports, and then hopefully the tank here.
Nice. Yeah, Quad Squad will go down. Juno ult still on the field, and no ults in North Georgia's name. This is just they have to, but Sarah Gold cannot choke this though. They need to get these kills. They need to get these kills as fast as possible, and they need to win this fight. But they're down. They're down one. But they need to. It's just a matter of speed now. Baxter's gonna, or Runner's gonna pop the rally, trying to answer back, but the Juno ult's out on the field. Blizzard not gonna be eaten by the D.Va, and this could give the space that they need. D.Va's gonna be pushed into the Blizzard. D-Mac.
Crucial Blizzard.
And Blakey will get the kill. No more tank on the field for North Georgia. The Annihilation's gonna be popped out by Blakey, shutting it down, and Toonie will get the kill as a Lucio.
Yeah.
On the Juno.
Just had to bust it out on him. Just had to, flex a little bit.
Yeah, and now we're dead even as both teams. We're going to extra innings, both with an equal 1 minute on the board.
Yeah, this is an incredibly close match right here.
So now it all just comes down to how this first fight is handled.
I think, and I really don't want this to come across as disrespect towards the Ashe, but I do think a crucial play there is switching back to the Mei.
Yeah. I mean, I think as soon as you see that the Pharah has swapped off to just literally any hero, I think that's the point where you want to say like, hey, I think my Blakey Tanku needs like some help in the front line. So that I think that is a term to go and swap to the Mei there.
Yeah.
And I think like especially with like the tempo of the composition, like just being able to, those Mei walls are just too crucial to pass up.
Yeah, and I think every single component in this team is too crucial to not have.
Yeah.
It's so much frontline with the Brig and the Bastion, and then it's even more utility whenever you have turret mode that can break through other Mei walls and also can just lay into people that get caught in Mei walls. It's just every component works so well together. It's really hard to sub any of that out.
Yeah, and just having the backline sustain as well, like a Toonie with just being able to deploy a ring to just hype up that aggroness of the front line. And then, of course, a Runner just being Brig, doing Brig things, just proccing Inspire as much as possible and just dealing a whole bunch of AoE healing.
Oh, it looks like they're looking for a speedy way on. I like how far back we hold this point, but if we do lose here to a little bit of a flank, it might be rough.
Yeah, they are going to rotate through Hotel. Runner's going to immediately recognize it, but Blakey needs to get on this backline and hope to trade out.
We're taking this fight way back away from the point.
Yeah, and I mean, with that rotation from that, I mean, that's just perfect. That's the perfect answer to that. They just need to kite out that engage, make sure they're caught out in the open, and Blakey can just go to work on their backline. As he does, it gets the 2K piece on the Juno and the Brig.
What a fantastic play where you pull back and sort of string out their team so that, Blakey can take a 1v2 on the subs, and then you guys just have to figure out what to do with the tank.
Now, time bank expiring, and Quad Squad will guarantee that the point will not they will not C9 the point like they did on Oasis. As overtime is going to be procced. Venture's going to go in, no cooldowns. Sean Ghost is going to punish them.
Nice.
And now this is a perfect chance to go and push forward, but Cart might have gone a bit too overzealous. As now, there's a Bastion ult about to be up on the field, but do you sacrifice that for a turret form? Nope, turret form's gonna come out, gonna melt down Quad Squad as much as possible, and Blakey going into the backline, taking down Raisin Bread, and Blizzard will be coming out to try to freeze him up, and he will be frozen up. Chong Ghost needs to save his tank.
Yep, there's the stock.
As Blakey will live. May is one. The Juno ult needs to come out. And 90% to it.
So close.
So many low HP, but Tooney's not going to be able to get up.
The orbital.
This is now. It's tank v tank with Carp and Tooney in support.
And you
that
just
will be
don't lose that.
That
Oh.
will be a full hold from Center Gold with their backs against the wall. This first point is nearly impossible to hold, and they were able to hold it like
Near perfection.
perfectly. Yeah,
Yeah.
like near
Yeah.
perfection.
That was insane. I think that really we played really far back. We strung them out, and that was a great first fight. And then that second fight, it was just a matter of I need to do enough damage to get my ult, and then we win. And we just do that a little bit faster than they do.
Yeah, and that Juno ult could not have come out at a more
No,
perfect
it couldn't
opportunity. Like literally last second, Blakey is at 1 HP, like just grasping for straws, trying to live on point, and then bam, just orbital beam, like just. I mean, this shows how much of a nerd I am. Like an orbital beam, like Lex Luthor or something like that. But anyway, just crazy timing from Tooney there.
I even think that if you were to, because of the fact that it does the initial heal and also heal over time, there was a weird moment to where Tooney could have dashed forward in order to try and get the initial heal. I honestly think that third of a second that you take to go forward to get the initial heal might have been too much. It was
Yeah.
that close.
Yeah, like it's just crazy plays here.
Yeah.
And now, if you're Sarah Gold, you love this because now you can't lose the map.
Yeah, this is a draw. This is a draw at least.
Yeah, worst case scenario, map 6. But that's just the nature of hybrid for you. But
We only
given
have to
the
get one
pace,
tick.
as long as center doesn't botch this, it should be fine. As Wall will split up Blakey. But yeah, I mean, damage
Ooh,
is
the
going to
turret
come through. The
mode.
pummels just get so much value as Raisin Bread will go down. Venture, no more cooldowns, and they're stuck. They're not going to get punished. They will be able to retreat into the hallway, but just having control of this angle, they need to make sure that they get a kill. Center Gold needs to get a kill onto someone.
Yeah,
in order
there
to make
needs
sure
to be a
that-
little bit more coordination in order to make sure that we can secure these.
Now, Blakey pulling it down on point. Still a 5v4 in favor of center. None of their teammates have gone down, but so many low health bars and just so much pressure, but that will be it. The tank will go down.
Nice,
Center
there's
Gold
Juno.
have basically guaranteed this fight, and that will be a King's Row finish from Center Gold.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I really want this to be the Blizzard on the initial defense. I'm gonna be upset if Tooney got it with that like one kill with the pulsar.
Well, we'll have to see, but it
No,
will be
okay, quad squad, okay.
It will be neither, as it will be the enemy Ramatra
I-
getting second play of the game in a row.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. It's a lot of damage that Ramatra can pull out. It's definitely a lot. That's not even with annihilation, and I don't want to count that one. That one doesn't count. That one doesn't count because Chunky goes jump off the map.
Yeah, and you had mentioned before this map that you were bringing up the Orisa and how viable like Orisa could maybe be in this composition. I don't disagree. I would honestly I don't think that they practice it in scrims, but if I mean hell, I got Overwatch CS like in the corner of my my eye here. But like if you've watched like any professional play, like Orisa is meta right now
Right.
with this Juno Brig backline, and like I think like the Orisa can get a lot of value. I will say like just seeing how Blakey's been able to handle this Ram, I don't think I think. Especially with like how the tempo works in this, right? Like you turret form in, you wall them in. Like I think like it's very on and off, and I think that benefits Ram a lot.
I think it's a little bit less aggressive than Ram.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I like her. Whenever you have a slow-moving Bastion and just like sort of a Mei that I guess you can run Ram into Mei, but that's going to break the wall a little bit faster. I don't know. I like Orisa. I like Orisa a lot. And I love the Ram a lot. There's a lot to like about him. He's very nice. I like the fact that he almost has a Fortify. He almost just is Orisa.
Right. Yeah. They're very much the same in so many different aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they do end up running Orisa, which I don't think they would, but I think like the play there is really just to play a lot more slow. Like Orisa kind of specializes in just like standing there and shooting, you know.
Yeah.
Like she has the option to go in, but not nearly enough. As it's not as benefiting as like a Ram just popping
Yeah.
down form and shield and just like walking in. She's definitely the sit there and shoot tank, which personally I like. I'm like one of the like mentally deranged people that actually liked Overwatch 1 Orisa and like didn't see
Oh
any
yeah.
issues with that.
Pull them away. Pull them away. Just like, hey,
Yeah.
you're behind a Ryan shield. No, you're not.
Yeah, not anymore. And also, while I'm doing that, shield down here, and I'm just gonna shoot you with just basically a minigun at like maximum range. So
You guys like bongos? I'm a big fan of bongos and just the damage boost. Oh.
I will say though, as much as I love the current version of Orisa Ultimate, you can't pass up the original Overwatch 1 voice line of "Cease your resistance."
Yes.
Like it's still my favorite voice line, and I'm so sad that they did away with it.
I think that just I don't know, just as time passed, that line got a little bit more controversial.
Yeah.
And I did like it in the moment, but I don't know. I really like, especially in the mythic skin, the way that Orisa just is a beast and yells at people.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Orisa, Quad Squad.
Oh, this isn't real, is it?
It
You
could-
couldn't fulfill my dreams with the Toonie Mercy.
Yeah, I don't think what we're seeing from center is real, but potentially from North Georgia. I think, yeah, I mean, with this composition, this is what professional teams are running right now. Like, Center Gold will opt for this Bastion composition, but the Genji cast has been seeing a lot more playtime.
And
with
I
the
really
other
like
teams.
the Genji cast because Genji sort of counters our Bastion, and the cast can sort of snipe out some of those backline healers.
Yeah, and as long as these DPS can get angles, like the Juno and Brig like have such long like range healing and like also like pretty simple healing as well. Like
Yeah.
it's basically like automatic. That like the Genji and the cast can like basically play away from their team and just like hold these angles like risk free.
I like this turret mode. Yes,
Yeah,
able to
but-
just burn down the tank.
Yeah, but speaking of holding angles, that's not what you want to see from North Georgia.
Yeah.
As Center Gold will be able to capitalize them just being funneled into that hallway. Because now Bliku
Really far in. We've yet to grab the cart. We had just turned back to grab it. And the pulsar.
the heat-seeking missiles will clean up players there.
Yeah,
Now,
that's got to feel a little bit stolen.
Yeah.
Chasing down the cowboy, and all of a sudden, Space Cadet comes out.
Just like,
Yeah.
from the side, just from the side.
A bee stings him and he falls over.
Yeah, the everyone that was complaining about Juno's lack of skill expression from the auto aim micro missiles are definitely writing up a Reddit post right now. I can assure you, they are not happy. The twit-longers are coming out in hate of Juno, and now Blakey has a perfect opportunity to just hold them back. Is just the poke coming through?
That checkpoint.
They just get free checkpoint, no contest whatsoever.
This is a little bit of, whenever we were talking about the difference between Orisa and Ramp, they're very similar in playstyle. Orisa's just a little bit more defensive, and I think, North Georgia's just being a little bit too defensive.
Yeah, and like they're just standing there, and Blakey's just getting sent in with a Juno ult and taking down their enemy Juno.
I love the shots onto the Genji.
Runner will go down, but it should not matter as the tank will fall and the rest of North Georgia will fall, except for a lone Brig who might get caught out by Blakey and Carp are hunting her down, and they might get the kill, but Juno will be there to bail her out.
She'll be able to, see her family again, unfortunately. Ooh, that grenade.
Carp in a little bit of trouble, no cooldowns to his name except for a wall now.
I like this Blizzard
Very,
position,
very
though.
dire.
The Ram switch, no longer running Orisa. Make you realize the issues.
Yeah, Ram swap will come through. Blair's gonna pick on the tuning as Bleaky is gonna pop Annihilation, trying to turn this fight, but he might just have to kite back and let the Annihilation expire. I don't know if they can really take this fight. It is a 4-5.
We've used 3 ults here. It really is a shame to back out, but I do think you're right. That might be the play.
And I'm looking at the top right now. Well, hopefully Center Gold can get out here without any more falling. But yeah, as I say that, of course I cast Recurse it. My bad, Center Gold. You can blame me on that one. But I see a Genji blade in the top right. And I'm not sure if Center Gold has the tools to deal with that.
No, I really don't. With Bastion, if you can catch Bastion in a weird position, whenever he's, taking a left foot step instead of a right foot step,
Yeah.
then, you can just demolish him whenever you have Blade.
Yeah, I think their only saving grace in this next fight to prevent the Genji blade is Baxter being able to, or Runner being able to just build this rally as soon as possible. But Chunky goes trying to get a pick off to like negate any value of that play, but not going to find anything. Wall's going to come through, separating the Ram from his heels. But not a lot found. Ram is going to go down, and Rally's going to get popped alongside the Genji blade. But there it is. Runner bashing the Genji and denying any sort of value that he would have gotten. That's picture perfect.
I love that. That's an absolutely fantastic use of Rally. Just throwing out the ultimates. This has to be a win. We've committed way too much to the past 2 fights in order to give them any more space.
Yeah, the Juno ult from Toomey's going to come out, but a Juno ult to match is going to come through with an Annihilation and a High Noon. As much as Center doesn't have any ultimates, you take that if you're Center Gold.
Yeah.
Because looking at North Georgia, they just demolished their ult economy, using 3 ults for only like, what, maybe 1 kill? I don't even know if they got a kill that with popping those ultimates.
Yeah, I think that we popped 2 ultimates and maybe, I think we got a few picks and then they ended up killing one of us. I think they definitely killed Chunky Ghost there. Not able to speed out fast enough, but I do agree. I think that getting all what looks like 5 ultimates off the board, that's fantastic.
Yeah, now checkpoint will be secured from North Georgia, so it's not over for them yet. But Center...
The 2 DPS in the backline is surely a nuisance.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about before with that angle control. Genji can just like harass you just like from the sidelines essentially. But
the turret to burn the Ram.
Yes, Center Gold noticing this and are opting to take the 5v4 on the front line, as Ram is just going to get exploded, and their Genji is nowhere to be seen. Well, I think he's in our back line now, but there's the dash. Claire is trying to get an off angle on the cast, but at this point he's just staggering himself. Carp will get the kill, and Center Gold will get these early spawns.
It's a really weird way that you can think about that, to where you can very easily say, oh, there's only 2 in behind, let's take out the 2, and that sounds good, but if you think about it, if you take the 5v3, there's only 2 people behind you and not 3, and you're fighting for point.
Yeah, and especially with Juno's speed, like you can just run on the front line of 3 people and just like get maximum value before they can even do anything about it. And Carp, speaking of just running it down, like Carp is gonna get that kill onto Cast super early as Runner takes out Vilsey.
I think that was a run in for Blizzard and then realizing I don't think I need Blizzard. I'd like this Cowboy to be 6 feet under.
Yeah, and look at the ults for Center Gold. This map might just be, it might be Jover. Like they have 5 ultimates.
Yeah,
like,
this is pretty crazy looking.
If they can't choke this.
Was that on the pillar?
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to level the pillar a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, as I say that, yeah, it's just they can't. North Georgia will be shut down, as that will be a map completion and a 3-0 from Center Gold.
A lovely series.
Yeah, not what I was expecting at all going into the series. Noting that North Georgia went to map 5 with West Georgia, but Center Gold showing that they're able to learn in quad squad with the hat trick.
Get out of here, Quad Squad. But no, I do think that it was still close games. Still very close games. Kings Row could go very differently if we don't lock in the way we did in overtime.
Yeah, and I think with these play of the games, like Quad Squad showing that like he's well equipped to like play this Ram. And maybe there's a case where maybe the scoreline doesn't tell the full story.
Right.
But I mean, still, a 3-0 is a 3-0, and Center Gold will get this win.
We take those.
We'll take out a pretty formidable team as well. So now, going forward, I believe that does guarantee that Center Gold will go positive this season. I think there are 7 games this season, and they have just secured their 4th win. So that is very good going into playoff standings.
Yeah, I'm very happy about how this all has gone. I do think we have a post-match interview.
Yep. So stick around. We're going to go and get everything set up for that. And thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
But we'll see you all soon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the post-match interview with, fantastic tank player Blakeu. And this is the other half of the bit that we introduced earlier, to where it was the duo Joseph casters bench, and now it's the duo Blake casters bench. This just to start it out. Do you have any outstanding thoughts on how that game went?
I think we played it extremely well. This was a 3-0 series, but this team was good. They had 2-3'd UGW, the one that we lost 2-3 to last week. They were really good, but tonight we just kind of played insane. I feel like we synergized a lot. We're all really in tune. There was like barely any like big mistakes.
Yeah. How did you feel in Kings Row? Because that was by far the closest map. How did you feel whenever they pulled out that Pharah? Because I noticed there was a little bit of panic from the DPS lineup.
At least for me, I've stayed calm against Pharah, mostly because she doesn't mess with me much on tank. But there was a sense of maybe a little bit of uncertainty coming through the rest of the team. DPS, do we swap to deal with it? Do we go Ashe? We thought about it, and we think maybe they watched the VOD from this last game, and they saw that we got a little worried around from Afara, but they weren't able to execute it, and we kept her cool.
No, we very much we noted that we love to see Carp on Ashe and played a good Ashe, but that Mei is so integral. That Mei is so integral in how you guys roll that.
And his walls have been just absolutely immaculate,
fantastic
throughout the series.
Which of the maps do you feel like was where you showed up the most?
Honestly, I think Kings Row.
Yeah.
Like I made a couple of mistakes a couple of times, but also I was going really, I felt like I was doing amazing. I looked at the stats at the end of the game. I was a little proud of myself, I would say. I think I got 49 kills and like 26,000 damage. So I'm happy with my performance.
Happy with the outcome.
Oasis, it was nice. I thought I had made a couple of mistakes of not, I was taking too much damage and I wasn't blocking, but it went well. I think the whole series was well played by everyone on the team.
Right. We talked about how whenever you guys did go to Oasis, your positioning was it felt calculated. You knew every single angle that you wanted to peek and how you wanted to peek it, and it looked very surgical.
The funny thing is, I think we've played Oasis, we played at least in a scrim and like maybe once earlier in the series. I don't quite remember, but everyone on Gold Team has had like that experience with this map to the point we just said, we're going on the left side, bunkering left, and we knew which room to go to. Like we were very confident in Oasis despite not having that much playtime on the map.
And then one last thing, talking about whenever they decided to switch up and go Orisa on that push. Did you feel like that Orisa was any trouble compared to the Ram? Because I feel like that was a massive comp switch for them that really just didn't end up working.
Well, Orisa on the push? I thought they were playing D.Va.
No, it was Orisa because I remember.
I completely forgot.
So unimportant.
I will say that I didn't really see it too much. Push felt like it was not much of a threat at all. They just kept running away from us over and over. I didn't feel like they didn't have the shield, I guess, so it was to their detriment, the comp that they run, and Orisa just got ran over instantly.
Yeah. How do you feel about the rest of the? I don't know how many games you have left.
I think this was.
If you're all caught up, you should have one.
One more game left.
If you're all caught up, I don't know how many buys.
I think we've played 2 normal weeks and then 3 in this week. Was it? I'm not 100% sure.
I don't remember.
I think we have 2 or 3 games left.
But are you anticipating those? Going to be big
2 games left.
2 games left.
I'm not sure. I think we still have yet to play the second seed. I don't remember what team that is, but Kennesaw. We have yet to play Kennesaw, and I think that could definitely be a big game. And I'm not sure about the other one. I haven't done my scouting quite yet, but I'm sure after tonight we're feeling very confident in our teamwork. We feel like we can just mesh together so well after tonight.
I love to hear it, and that's everything I have. Well,
thank you.
Have a lovely rest of your day, everybody, and we'll see you then.
Thanks for watching me.